Hey guys, hey guys, welcome to another channel episode. Remember that this is a channel where we talk all about how you don't need to be a CEO in order to have some impact on the world. And in today's episode, we're going to do things a little bit different. I'm going to talk a little bit about myself. I'm going to talk about how I introduce myself and what my narrative is when trying to apply for jobs. As you guys know, for the last couple of months, I've been applying to jobs and interviewing pretty successfully. I'm waiting for the right offer, and in the meantime, I've been honing my interviewing skills. Some might say I'm getting to be a professional interviewer at this point, but I really do think that the skill of interviewing is one that's really good to have, even when you land your dream job, because you never know what might happen, right? With COVID and all, it really threw a lot of people for a loop, and a lot of people were interviewing and they just weren't ready. And so, after interviewing for a couple of months, I feel like I've finally honed my what people like to call my about me. The little introduction, your narrative on how you introduce yourself to the interviewer, right? And so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to show you guys what my little spiel is, and if you guys just can comment down below what your thoughts are, and I can improve it further. But I'm really happy with where I am right now, and I think with this, I'm going to land a job, and then I'll be iterating it while I have a job and growing it with my experience. So, all right, here we go. So, hi, my name is Nicholas. I also go by Nico. I am a software engineer with a background in data science and consulting. I have 2 years experience consulting small businesses. I also have 1 year experience doing data science and around a year doing software engineering. Now, my skills lie primarily in engineering in Python, in SQL, and in a little bit of JavaScript. I used tools such as Flask, cloud computing software such as AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, as well as some skills that come from just consulting for a while, such as project management, operations, consulting, and leadership, right? So currently I am in between jobs and I'm looking for the right company. In the meantime, I love doing work on ML models. I have been spending a lot of time building ML models and having little demos for people to try out. I use Python, AWS, and Flask for this. I also really enjoy learning all about ML ops. I've been focusing a lot on that. I feel like as the ML world keeps growing and growing, there has been a kind of lapse of experience in the ML ops world. There's a lot of experience with DevOps for software engineering, and there's a lot of experience using ML in kind of silos. But when you join software engineering and ML, you run into ML ops, and that's what I've been focusing on recently, learning all about the system design aspects of that. Okay, so a little bit about my past consulting experience. I've spent time consulting in abroad in places like South Africa and Uruguay. In South Africa, I consulted with a group of 4 people around 15 different small businesses that were necessary for the local communities, really. And so while doing that was actually when I found my love of programming and engineering, because while I was in those teams, I knew that people were really good at the marketing. Some people were really good at the operations, and I became the numbers person, and then eventually the programmer. People would come to me with their programming problems and their number problems, and so that's when I decided, hey, if I'm going to take my skills from small businesses to larger businesses, then I'm definitely going to have to emphasize this ability of mine. All right, so now moving on to my education. I have a bachelor's in economics from the University of Florida. I also have a boot camp, data science boot camp from Galvanize in Denver. And then lastly, I also have a Google certification for TensorFlow that I got this year in May 2021. And then a little bit about my interests. I'm actually a very active person. I really enjoy endurance sports. I enjoy things like running, biking, swimming, as well as climbing. and I one of my favorite shows on TV is Mr. Robot. I love the idea behind that show. Alright, guys, so that's my little about me. That's what I tell interviewers when I first meet them and they ask me about myself, a general overview. Depending on the job, I might go in more depth on one or two things. Like I might talk more about my data science, I might talk more about my consulting or my ML projects. It really just depends. And I really think that with this narrative, I think it's good enough to get me a junior to mid-level role. Not senior, as the experience isn't there, but as I work my first role and gain some years of experience, I'll include a little bit more of engineering in my story and further make it just a minute longer, and then maybe go for those senior positions. So yeah, that's the about me that I'm currently using, and that's it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, please let me know down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. So thumbs up and see ya. Peace.